Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Gemini, we have the Queen of Swords, the great revealer, right? Some things are going to be coming to light when the Queen of Swords comes around. I love this energy because she is one that sees right through any kind of facade. If there's any kind of, lying or misdirection or, whatever it is. The Queen of Swords, she'll see it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what do these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. If you're new to the channel, definitely shout it out in the comment section. And if you want to be so kind as to leave a like, I would appreciate it forever and ever and ever. Okay. So, I want to start out, we have a large ram. You can see right here, kind of the face, okay? This would be kind of the horns, right? Here's the body, okay? So maybe it's easier sometimes to see it when I pull it all the way out. So we have the ram, right? We know the ram is often, or always, no, but often related to Aries, of course. What are the attributes of the ram? Yeah, leadership, strength, a sense of not backing down. That's the big thing, not backing down. Always ready to kind of fight for what one might think is right, okay? So now, I don't know that this is an Aries person, but it could be that you have a prominent Aries placement, right? This might be like you're a Gemini, you're a solar Gemini, you're an Aries moon. Whew, what a combo that would be. Aries moon, Gemini sun. But, maybe you don't. Maybe you are not of a prominent placement of Aries, but you do have the attributes of the ram. And that would not surprise me as a Gemini. Well, as I've said before, I have a daughter who is a Gemini, right? I didn't really ever have super close Gemini people in my life. And I admit that I was really hoping to stay pregnant a little longer so we could have a Cancer, a Cancer baby, because I didn't know. I just, we have a lot of Cancer people in my family, and I'm married to a Cancer and, so on. Shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband Paul over there, amazing. Go check him out. But can I just say that having a Gemini daughter has been one of the biggest eye-opening blessings of my life. Seeing somebody who is so confident about everything she's doing, curious and active and motivated and not afraid to feel all of her emotions. Now she's 4, of course. So there's less of the inhibition to kind of you know, hide your feelings. But now that I've been around this amazing, gorgeous, clever Gemini being, whenever I meet Geminis, which it seems like I do a lot more now, I'm just in awe of the strength, of the individuality, of the ability you all have to be so many things and not afraid to be them, right? Most of us, it's like we want to project one or two personas, or, you know, I want to be tough girl, so I'm always going to be tough, and that's all I'm going to show people. Or I want to be, you know, super kind girl. I want to be, you know, always very thoughtful and agreeable and, you know, whatever. But that's all I want people to see of me. I don't want them to see the kind of shadow part. I don't want them to see me and my messiness or my inability to kind of decide or whatever. Well, a Gemini is all the things. And you're going to see all the things. And I think partially that's why Gemini people kind of get a bad rap, because you all are just so authentically yourself that a lot of the rest of us don't know how to take it. You know, we're like, dang, this person is all over the place. Well, not really, right? We're all over the place. We're all shifting continually through different aspects of self. We mostly just hide it, though. A Gemini, not so much. And that's where I think you all are the absolute power. I mean, we all could take a lot of lessons from the way that Gemini people kind of just exist in themselves, as themselves. And I think a lot of us, you know, we go through a lot of our younger years kind of toning it all down and losing touch with who we maybe really are. Where a Gemini, you often stay very close to that. So you don't have to do as much of the self-help work that we all, you know, are trying to shed our personas to get back to the authentic being, because you are very in line with that. You already know. So I see this, I see the ram, and I think, yeah, this is somebody who, you know, you're not afraid of saying no, right? The other day I did a reading, and I think I feel like maybe it was for Sagittarius or Libra. And I was talking about, yeah, I challenge you to go and say no to some things today. Because you need to. You need to just say, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't have time. I'm not going to take on that responsibility, whatever, right? Gemini, you will just say it. I don't want to go. That sounds very boring, a waste of time. Not going to do it. I have other things to do. I'd rather be hanging out with my cats, you know, watching the sunset, whatever it is. No fear of just saying plainly, I am what I am and I do what I do. And, you know, hopefully if you accept that. And if not, okay, I'm good. We good, right? And so, yes, I look at this and I feel like, yeah, this is a person that is just brave. This is a person that is courageous. But it doesn't even feel like that to you because it's just how you are. It's not like you're trying, you know, you are. You're just this, and that is something so beautiful. Now, let's keep going. So I see we have a person standing here. You can see the head, the body. Now we have a large rose, okay? The rose is a symbol of the mysteries, okay? If you've ever heard of a group or a movement or, you know, it's kind of a sacred institute called the Rosicrucians, right? And I know it's like, I think they're on like ancient aliens and conspiracy stuff all over the place. And, you know, maybe probably for good reason to some degree. But And I won't say either way. I love secret societies. I love secret societies, and I love esoteria and everything else. So you won't hear me saying anything bad about anybody. But within their most sacred imagery, which you can hear it even in the name, right? Rosicrucians. Now, there is the words sub rosa, right? And this means to be hidden. Or maybe it is the hidden thing. I forget exactly. But it is a hidden truth, knowledge, something that you're initiated into. You receive the book. You receive the guidance. You receive the revelation. So the rose is very prominent in this group. And you can go look up their stuff. There's, one that's kind of in pop culture is the Grateful Dead, right? If you're older like me, you can picture in your head right now the skeleton with the rose, right? And this is like one of the big imageries of the Grateful Dead and the band, by the way. And it said that somebody, either the artist or the band or whoever it was maybe a Rosicrucian, or at least interested in the teachings of. And it's a sign of initiation, of being somebody who is awakened, somebody who is privy to the secrets. The veil is lifted. They've walked on through, okay? So I look at this and I'm seeing, you're a person who, now you maybe formally are not part of any group, right? And I'm not saying that you're necessarily initiated into any kind of grade system or magic system, occult system, or anything like this, or a mystery school. You might be, though, or, maybe you have a higher standing within your church, your mosque, your temple, maybe have worked your way up, maybe even have studied, gone to school or what have you, gone to school for the within your religion, right? But I look at this and it feels to me that these are truths that come to you through your experience, right? These are almost like channeling, almost like visitation, divine revelation. I feel like you go through periods of time where you're seeing a lot of symbols, a lot of angel numbers, synchronicities. You're noticing these are patterns that are just kind of flowing through my life. And I can imagine, in this moment here, there is a great revealing happening. This is a big one. You can see how large that rose is. So I do feel that something will be exposed within your life. Now, we have the Queen of Swords. She's holding a mask or a head, depending on who you ask. And about this artwork, she is holding the veneer of somebody, the facade, pulling away. Now, this might be of herself. This might be of somebody else. Maybe both, right? So as I am looking at this, I'm wondering, is this a situation where you've kind of caught somebody out. You have seen somebody's mask kind of slip. And you're alerted to kind of their true nature. And, for this to be really mentioned, to be very notable, I imagine that it's maybe something that you didn't expect. Good, bad, I don't know. But it does feel like it has some amount of anxiety around it. Now, we also have the X right here. So to me, it almost feels like you see this thing about this person and you immediately, you're stopped dead in your tracks. It's like you know, wait, what did you say? It's like, I don't know. Have you ever had that happen with somebody? You're getting to know them, or maybe you've known them for years and you're having a conversation, or they're telling you about some, event in their life, and you see maybe the callousness or the cruelty, just kind of something that's like, what are you doing? The thing I think of is somebody that you maybe socially, or even kind of an extended family member, they're great. They're wonderful. They are helpful. They check in with you. You really enjoy them and adore them. And then you see them like mistreat an animal or something. And you're like, what the heck? What is going on? Like, just so out of your realm of understanding of this person. And you think, what is this? It doesn't seem like, I didn't perceive this to be like even plausible or possible with this person. And now I look at them and I think, well, what is really going on? What is beneath what I think I know? My perception, has been altered. And so I look at this and I think, yeah, maybe it is like a situation where somebody has revealed themselves to you, even if they don't even realize. They might not know at all. Something that they've tried to hide about themselves. And I do. I think this is something that you're going to be thinking on for a while. And let me just say, and this is as an older mom lady, right? Always follow your intuition about people. I don't care if you're wrong or not, okay? Follow your intuitions, because usually you're right. And even if you're not exactly right, it is a part of yourself that is, self-preservation. Ultimately, this is something that is wired into you to survive. And when you feel something is off about somebody, you better believe that something about yourself, about your primal being is telling you, no, this is weird. Something's going, not fun weird, by the way. I like weird, but sometimes there's weird that's like, maybe not. Maybe not for me. So, yes, listen to yourself. Absolutely. I think this is going to be quite important. And I think that in hindsight, you will look at this feeling that you've had in this decision, maybe that you have made to separate yourself a little bit or altogether, right? And I can imagine something happening with this person, with maybe somebody else, right? And you think, my goodness, I really dodged that. I really did, Okay, so we also have, and I want to look at this one because it looks like, to me, it looks like a tower, right? With an eye at the top. Now, we also had, let me go back over here. We have it looks like R-A-W, raw, okay? I don't know. Maybe it's part of a name. To me, I immediately thought of Robert Anton Wilson. If you know who that is. That's who R-A-W is to me. But maybe you know somebody with these initials, or it's maybe, something about something raw. I don't know. But that seems important, definitely. Now, we also have over here V and A. Okay, so V-A and raw. And then we have that tower. We also have a crab right here. We have a person next to, it looks like a mushroom. So I feel like there is a sense of this reminds me of a tripod too. And that's what I'm kind of reading it as now. Not a tower, a tripod with maybe a camera. So I wonder if you will be taking pictures or if there's something about pictures. I almost wonder if you are a photographer or, you know, I think everybody feels like they're a photographer these days because we have phones, right? We take pictures of all kinds of stuff and we're all fairly good, right, at framing stuff and hopefully like not having too much blur and all of that. But I feel like this is something that you really enjoy. And maybe it is like maybe you're, you know, like on one of the social medias, maybe you're even a YouTube person, you know, creating content. But I think that you feel pretty comfortable in front of the camera and behind it. And so I wonder if you are kind of making content of some kind or have a creative outlet that is visual. You have an eye for it, absolutely. Now, we have the crab. So I do feel like this is something that you enjoy doing, but sometimes I feel like maybe you use it as a way to kind of, as a buffer, right? Have you ever like had an event, right? You like threw a party for your kid or you know, gone to something like a concert or something, and you are filming stuff. You're filming it, you're taking pictures, and you want to remember everything that's going on. And then when the thing is over, you think, I feel like I wasn't even there. I was like in this in between, observing what was happening, making sure I was, you know, finding things to take pictures of and film, and everything's kind of, you know, somewhat curated and whatever. But I wasn't really involved in the thing. I felt like I was outside of myself in a way and not very present. So I look at this and I wonder, you know, if there is this feeling of maybe I need to kind of partake in what is happening more, be more present. Now, I'm not saying get rid of the phone. I'm not saying don't take pictures, but maybe limit it, you know, maybe spend a little bit more time in the place, immersed in what is happening, so that there's more of a happy balance. And I think that's really what it comes down to, is just having more of a balance in the way that you're moving through these different situations. Okay. All right. So we have a deer who's laying here. We also have a rooster. So we have an alarm kind of going off. We have the kind of the universe saying, hey, wake up, pay attention here, you know. We also have that deer. So the most sacred deer, this is a symbol of kind of a period of spiritual awakening, revelation, a direct communication with the universe, with the divine, with God, goddess, angel, whoever it is, whatever it is, however you perceive it, right? So I feel like this is kind of a place of slow down, right? Keep your eyes open. Don't miss this moment, because it's coming. It maybe is already here. And I feel that you really are. You're in this place where There's just an immense calling, a pulling. And I think this really has to do with you finding yourself back to kind of that spiritual place that you have often been in, but maybe have kind of wandered away from a little bit. So getting back to your practices, your rituals, your prayers, your gratitude. Maybe you're somebody who does like postures, yoga, tantra, whatever it is. This is kind of that little calling, come back, come back, come back, and I feel like you, absolutely kind of, heed the call, right? Okay, so we have all of these, to me, they look like people who are pretending to be dogs, like crawling around on the ground, playing, right? And so I also feel like there is a sense of just playfulness, maybe this is a time where you'll be with grandkids or, the kids are still out of school. They'll be back soon. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere anyways, we're in the summer months, a lot of kids out of school, grandparents watching kids at home. You're, spending probably more time with them, doing all kinds of stuff just to try to keep them entertained. And so I feel like there is kind of this more playful spirit in the home right now. And even if you're not living with any children or you don't really, watch grandkids or babysit for anybody or anything like that, I think just generally you have this kind of playfulness, and I think this kind of puts everything at ease for you. Right? I don't feel like there's a lot of turmoil in this moment. I feel like you feel good about the direction that you're moving in, and this only lends more to your strength, right? And your ability to kind of, really believe in yourself so that you can stay the course, continue the hard work that you're doing. And that's a wonderful thing. That's a great place to be in, for sure. Okay, so we're going to do our self-care affirmation cards. I'm going to flip through and stop where it feels right. It says, seeds of change. I am growing into the best version of myself. Sprouting within me is a seed of possibility. I am gentle with myself in progress. I nurture my personal development with patience and attention. Yes. Sounds perfect. Perfectly timed. All right, Gemini, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And what else? Oh, yes. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. Also, yes, if you're new, shout it out in the comment section. All right, Gemini, again, I love you, I love you, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a few days, and good night.